exhausted. Can't take it anymore.
Giving her all she's got.
Which, in 2 weeks, season 3 of Strange New Worlds is going to be released, and I'm very excited. So that's a Scotty reference. He's now going to be a regular on the show. Cool stuff. You're probably wearing your San Francisco Giants sweatshirt today.
Well, this is usually the morning attire.
Oh,
I like the short sleeve hoodie fur.
Oh, yeah. Did you cut off the sleeves like Bill Belichick that shit, or did you buy it like that?
No, because of Bill Belichick, they make them like this shit now.
I've never seen one.
Really?
Okay.
They're very popular across Major League Baseball.
All right. Well, I don't watch too much Major League Baseball for a number of reasons.
I don't blame you.
My options here in the city, let's see. The Cubs are overrated, and they get all the press, and the Sox are struggling.
Well, they're still, 2-3 decades off?
The Sox?
Yeah.
No, they're not 2 or 3 decades off.
If you know they're going to do something dumb.
I know they're going to win the championship before the Cubs do.
Well, okay.
We'll see. That's my thing, I guess. So I was at my baseball game the other night, watching because I can't play. And I'm in the dugout, I think before the game started, and they're like checking phones for score updates. And they're like, oh, the Cubs won. I'm like, that's okay. They'll lose tomorrow because they're facing a top-rated pitcher. What are you saying? Who do you like? Oh, yeah, you're a Sox fan. I said, I like both teams. I like Chicago teams. But I'm sick of all the love the Cubs are getting. They haven't won shit since 2016, yet they get talked like they're the next, World Series champions. And sure enough, the next game was against a really good pitcher, and they suck. They've lost a couple of series in a row, except they did just win a series from the Pirates. But they lost to Paul Skeens because they can't beat good pitching, even though they got one of the best records in the National League.
So you're mad that a team that hasn't done anything since 2016 is getting all the love. Do you think the team that hasn't done anything since 2005 should get all the love?
This is the 20th year anniversary, which is absolutely ludicrous, by the way. That is.
Yeah, I know. I'm dealing with a 20th high school reunion.
Oh, hey, I remember those. 20 years ago was my 20th high school reunion.
Yeah.
Are you going this fall?
Probably. Maybe. I don't like that the tickets are like over $100 each.
Yeah, but you get like hookers and drugs and shit, right? At least that's what.
No, I don't think so. I think it's
high school reunion. Oh,
see,
okay.
that would be entertaining. See, I think they're just getting like a comedian and a decent dinner, and then I got to drive like an hour and a half, 2 hours back to my hometown, and I mean,
get a hotel room.
Yeah,
right?
I've never gotten a hotel room in that town, and I never will.
Oh, you still okay? So you're not going to spend the night there?
No. So why the hell would I stay the night? And I don't know.
So you don't have to.
I may go. I may not go. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. She don't care. She's fine to do whatever. Next year.
Okay. Oh, Kim and I are also a year apart. Her 40th is this year, in October, which we will be going to. So, I think it marks the first time we're going to both reunions in the same year, because my 10-year we did not go to because she had just given birth to my son, like 3 months or whatever it is, August to October. So she's like, I'm fat. I don't want to go. I look like a pregnant slob, or whatever her excuse was. It had something to do with the baby. So we didn't go. But the next year we went because it was hers. I'm like, that's weird. So I remember sitting at the table with my homeroom teacher. So here in Illinois, in high school, you had a first period class, and then you went to homeroom, which was like a 15-minute session. and whoever your homeroom teacher was took attendance for the day, and then you went on for the rest of your day. So and you had the same homeroom teacher for 4 years. So my
Did you guys
homeroom
not take attendance
teacher,
in the other classes that you were in?
I don't know if they did or not. It was weird, right? That doesn't make sense. Maybe they did. I'm sure they did. They had to. I'm sure they have to mandate that for the state. I'll know in the fall when I start working as a substitute teacher. But so I walked into my class, and our teacher's name was Mr. Art Reisman, one of the greatest guys ever. I had him for a mystery and fiction class, which I got to play a prosecuting attorney, and I was prosecuting someone who was accused of stabbing. It was a murder mystery, and the victim was stabbed, and then the girl came to court for the trial in her arm in a brace and saying she couldn't have done it because she has no use of her right arm, and we had proven that the killer was right-handed. And then I threw a book at her, and she promptly threw it back at me with her right arm, and I fucking nailed her right there. Guilty. But anyways, Mr. Art Reisman, we had him. My dad had Art Reisman as a homeroom teacher at the same high school, as did my mom. So when we had him in our class, he said, "God forbid your kids walk in my class, I'm going to retire." So he was at our table at Kim's reunion. It was so cool to see him, and I kept calling him Mr. Reisman, and he's like, "Mike, you're an adult now. Please call me Art." And I just couldn't do it. So maybe you'll get to see some of your old teachers, and they'll actually want you to call them by their first names.
Yeah, it won't happen. I still call my 8th grade baseball coach, who was like, as far as my coaching, I guess, development, is like my mentor. He's kind of the one that I've modeled myself after. He's still coach. You can use my first name. I can't. It's like, no, you're going to make me run. I'm not falling for that.
It's like, drop and give me 20, Silvera.
Yeah.
I do push-ups in baseball practice. No, I'm good. Thanks. It's weird, right, to see those mentors and call them by their first name. I don't know how people do it.
Well, it's weird seeing them old.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a thing.
Because that's where they're at now. Is they're all in their like 60s, 70s, back from when they were in their like late 40s, early 50s.
Yeah. Thank you for saying 60s, 70s.
Now they're getting.
I'm not there yet.
That's late 60s. Relax. You're fine.
Yeah, I know. I'm glad you said late 60s. Early 70s.
I'll give you like 10 more years.
70s. Okay, thanks. What will I be then? Late 60s. Makes sense.
There you go. Then you're old.
So how was your Father's Day? Then I'm old.
It was nice.
How'd Father's Day go?
We got to I just hung around a little bit and went to a brewery, and I enjoyed a beer and a Stromboli.
Oh.
And then I got a case of the itis. So the way it's similar to a calzone, but this place used a puff pastry instead of like regular.
I smell calzones.
A choice.
Oh,
it was good. It was good. I enjoyed it. The way I described it to Caleb, because he was asking me, it's like, "What the hell's a Stromboli?" I was like, think of it as like a pizza hot pocket, but good.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, and no ill effects like immediately.
That was the only thing I could think of. Oh no, I just wanted to take a nap.
Okay, I love naps. I've been napping more lately because I haven't.
And then we watched. And then we watched a bunch of baseball. We watched a bunch of the College World Series, and then and the Giants-Dodger game. But
who's in that?
We don't got to talk about that. So let's see. Arizona's been eliminated.
Well, you and I texted.
So you have Coastal.
Okay.
Yeah, so you have Coastal Carolina. And oh god, why am I blanking on stuff right now? Oregon State. Yeah. And fuck, who beat Arizona the other day? Oh, Louisville.
LSU State. Louisville. Okay.
Louisville. And then on the other side, you have LSU and oh man, this is kind of a pain in the ass right now. Hold on, I have to look.
Well,
I know there's 2 games today.
I forgot that they were actually playing. I had heard some noise that LSU was like last week.
LSU is always good. Arkansas is in there. And then, here's the bracket. That's right. UCLA. You have Murray State and, Arkansas and LSU on the other side.
Okay. Have you ever gone
LSU
to
and
Omaha?
UCLA. I have never been to Omaha. That is on a bucket list. I have been to Sunken Diamond and watched Stanford and UCLA play a couple years ago. That was fun. Except now my 2 oldest kids want to watch or want to go to Stanford. So Sunken Diamond is Stanford's
field.
Good
luck with that. Okay.
Right. Yeah, that's what I told him. I said, good luck. You need to be really smart and get all the scholarships.
My brother-in-law graduated from Stanford before he went to Cornell. So his head's as big as a spaceship.
Oh, check out the big brain on him.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we want to go to Lincoln, and I want to do the Williamsport Little League World Series one year.
What would be great is if your brother's name was Brad, because then you could just go, oh, check out the big brain on Brad. Well, yes, Omaha would definitely.
It's Tony.
Well, then it doesn't work the same.
My brother-in-law. We went
still
to go
doesn't
see
work
him
the same
when he was at Cornell. I know it doesn't work the same. I wish some of his smartness would rub off on me, but then he's very eccentric, so that would rub off on me as well. So he taught like in China, and he taught in Mexico and all the worlds. And I remember going to Cornell, 1993. We drove to New York to see him, and the Bulls and Knicks were playing in the Eastern Conference Finals. And the Knicks had taken the first 2 games. And I think they took game 2 when we were on campus watching the game in like the student section where everyone hung out. And so many Knicks fans, when John Stark dunked over Jordan, all these Knicks fans that are watching the game with us just got in our face because they knew we were from Chicago. And then the Bulls promptly won the next 4. And then the finals. So we had the last laugh. But it was cool school. A pretty cool campus. And then we went to the Niagara Falls and went into the Maiden of the Mist. And then they have what's called the Bridal Falls there. So you got the big horseshoe fall. And then just next to it is what's called the Bridal Fall. And they built a wooden deck there. And you can actually stand under the falls as it's coming down. You put a big raincoat on. A lot of fun if you ever get a chance to go up there. Must see. Not Cornell, but the falls. The kids would enjoy it.
Well, yeah. Oh, I'm sure they would. Yeah. Where did we leave off with Little League Baseball?
You won. You guys, your team won. And you were going to go. That was Memorial Day weekend the last time we talked. That was recorded. And if you won that day or the day before. And then you were supposed to go into you're in the tournament. So
yes. Okay. So I left off before the Tournament of Champions.
Yeah.
Okay. So I left off with Tournament of Champions. Okay. So TOCs. So I'll give you that update because that was really fun. So these kids came out and promptly lost the first game.
Well, we talked about not doing that.
I know. I said that's going to really put me in a bind, and it did.
Yeah.
So they lost the first game, and then we show up to the second one, and his coach comes over to me and he goes, "Hey, you did all the paperwork stuff, right?" I go, "Yeah." He goes, "Well, long story short, I need you in the dugout."
Wait.
So I was laughing with him. I go, "You wait all season, and now you call me in. Now you want me."
Pull me back in.
So they promptly beat the crap out of that team.
Oh, because of your leadership.
Oh, yes, because I was sending kids. I was first base coach, so I was sending kids to second all day long.
Yeah.
So then they had to play the following day. So they played 3 days in a row against a team from like way south of us.
Okay.
And this is legitimately one of the best baseball games I've ever watched.
Oh.
It was crisp. There were like minimal errors. There was drama. It was great. So they play.
Praise.
Yeah, so they're playing and it's back and forth, and our kids throw a haymaker. They come back, they throw a haymaker, and we're tied in the 6th inning. For those of you that don't know, in Little League, you only play 6 innings. Bottom of the 6th, we're the away team. My son's in center field, and our team has kind of run out of pitching.
Okay.
We're like, oh crap. So he brings a kid in, winning runs on second, 2 outs in the inning. And there's a high, like skyscraper fly ball to deep center field. My son's in center. So he goes back. Gust of wind comes, and he goes, you can see it in his feet where he goes, oh crap, goes back. And I swear to you, everyone says I'm full of crap. That ball was in the air for no less than an hour and a half.
It felt like.
Gust of wind, he moves back, wind stops, he stops and comes in a little bit, and then boom, makes the catch. Ends the inning.
Nice.
Everyone's happy, right? Game's still tied. We're going extras because it's an elimination game. You can't like
right. You have
you got to play until there's a winner. There's no tying. So
right.
They play and play and play to the point where the district president had to be called because we don't have lights at this field because they refuse to play games in Hollister, which has not one but 2 fields with lights.
Yeah.
And they go, okay, we have completed 10 innings. We are suspending the game due to darkness. Like it was legitimately dark. You couldn't, like, the kids were not going to be able to see going forward.
Okay.
What we're going to do is tomorrow we will continue this game and complete it. The winner will immediately play their next game. And you're going to have to go as far south as we can make you.
Really?
Because that's where the next game was.
Okay.
So I'm stressing out because I have work the following day. And I have a recruit. So it's not like I could just bang out sick, right? I feel the responsibility to stay with the recruit and all that. Right. Which I will get into with a very interesting situation that arose at work this week. Okay. So I'm working it out with people like, hey, we're going to like sneak in a little bit early. Can you stay with and do the report writing stuff? And I'm going to get on the road. And everyone's like, yeah, should you do what you got to do. I love my team. They're great. So I'm on the road and I've got, there's this app called Game Changer, which basically allows you to like live stream games. All they got to do is just put the phone up on the fence. And if somebody's scoring it, you get the little score bug across the top so you can see how many runners are on, the count, the outs, everything. Oh, cool. It's like watching a game on TV. All that you're missing is the play-by-play.
Okay.
So I'm driving aggressively because it's legitimately in traffic, probably a 2-hour drive. So I've already kind of made up my mind. I'm going to miss the conclusion of the first game. But if they win, I'll be there for like most of the second game. And I'm hustling. And right as I'm approaching the exit that I would normally take to go home, blow right by it. Other team scores a winning run.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it was a bummer.
I'm sorry.
So I ended up meeting the kids, or Annie and Caleb, back in Hollister, and their coach said, "Hey, we're going to go to Round Table if anyone wants to join." So we had like an impromptu pizza party at Round Table.
Oh, that's cool. Okay.
Which was nice. And all the kids got to feel their feelings on the ride home, apparently. Like the poor kid that he made a mistake. Like he kind of forgot how many. No. Our kid playing shortstop. He forgot.
Okay.
He either forgot how many outs there were, or that the runner at third was the winning run. Because he just ground balled to him. He picked it up. Boom. Throw the first. Didn't even consider the runner at third. And these are 12-year-old boys.
Right.
So it's understandable. But that poor kid, he's such a good kid. I was talking to his dad. He goes, yeah, he quit baseball like 8 times in the car. But I think he's okay now.
As long as he doesn't quit anything else, yeah.
No, his dad's a pastor. So he was oh, man, that poor kid was going through it.
But we play with men that forget that same thing. You know what I mean?
It happens. It happens, especially when you're continuing a game from the day before. It's like you don't really, you're not in it. You can't re-jump those juices of the next run wins. Oh, and they actually instituted the major league extra inning rule where they put a runner on second.
Yeah, we do that.
Yeah. So they didn't do that in innings 7, 8, 9, or 10. But 11, they're like, "Hey, we're gonna put a runner there." At which point, I would have protested.
If you were there,
I would have said, "Yeah." If I was me, I told him that afterwards. I go, "Dude, the second they said that, I go, okay, fine. We're playing under protest. You haven't done this in any other inning. You can't just change the rule in the middle of the game. You're either applying it from the beginning or you're not.
Or not. The next game, if it happens, then you apply it. But they probably wanted to get that winning team on the road as fast as possible, I would imagine.
Well, no, they were going to stay there. So basically, for them, it essentially was a home game for the team that we were playing because they're from way down there.
Okay.
So our kids drove all the way down to play for legitimately 20 minutes, and then we had to drive back.
Right. Yeah,
which was kind of crappy, but it was a lot of fun. It was a good, fun season.
Good. I can't believe it's over. It's June.
And now all-star tournaments are going to start. So the road to Williamsport starts. So they have to get that tournament done. Then the kids have like a week to prep for all-stars, and then the all-star tournament should start, I believe, next week.
Yeah. Wow.
But now we're into summer softball, which I'm assistant coaching, apparently.
Okay. Did you not know?
No. Well, I showed up and like the lady that's coaching my daughters. Well, that's basically what the lady was trying to do because Hannah's coach is the league president for the softball league.
Okay.
And I have like no information. Just Annie needed me to take her because she was doing something else. I'm like, okay, fine. And she comes up to me. She goes, "So are you double A or are you team 6?" And I looked at her. I go, "She's 10.
What's that mean? Yeah.
I don't know.
Right.
And she goes through it. She's like, well, one of the older girl teams didn't have a coach. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, no, she's 10. She's little. She's in this group. She's like, okay. She's like, do you want to coach? I'm like, I can't guarantee you that I'm going to be in town before 6:30. So that wouldn't be fair to the girls. But if I'm around, I'm happy to help in whatever way, shape, or form I can. So now, not only am I a youth baseball coach, I'm a youth football coach, and now I'm a youth softball coach.
When do you add figure skating coach to that?
I don't know. I'm a dance dad too. I can't coach. Like, there's no coaching. I'm a martial arts dad too. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I don't know anything about it. Like, you got to pirouette better.
Damn it! Stay on your toes.
Keep those legs straight on the cartwheel. I swear to God. If you don't kick head high, I swear to Christ, you're walking home.
I'd love to see that. Actually, that would be great.
Oh no, I'm like when it comes to like dance and martial arts, I just sit there and I'm one of those parents that she's like, he's done so good, yay! Because I don't know shit about it. But then you get me on a baseball field, and my son likes to swing at the ones that are taller than him, and it's get over here.
Right.
What are you doing swinging at that? You can't hit that. You've never been able to hit that. What are we doing?
You pull them by
Softball,
the face mask, like get the hardball. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's the same thing with softball. I was like, what are we doing? Why are we playing in the dirt? What are we doing? Why are we drawing? What are we looking at butterflies for? What? Why? Lock in.
Come on, you're 12. Act like it.
Yeah.
Or 10, whatever.
Well, now the 10-year-old, she wants to pitch. I love the amount of confidence my 10-year-old has. I wish I had a fraction of it, because she's like straight up to her coach, like after practice, she's like, I want to pitch. She's like, all right. She's like, I want to pitch. I'm like, what? Sweetheart, you've never pitched. Well, actually, no, you did pitch one time. It didn't go well. But she has gone out on her own in the backyard. She actually grabbed 2 of my tape measures, measured out the distance that she needed to be, and has been out there just freaking throwing.
That's awesome.
So naturally, I'm going to throw money at this.
All kinds of money.
So starting next Monday at 8 a.m., she's got a pitching lesson with a college pitcher. So I'm going to be bankrupt here.
Let me know if you get Jenny Finch to come to your house, and I might have to.
No, I'll tell nobody.
Yeah, that's rude.
That's the real Father's Day gift.
No sharing, I guess, huh?
No, I'm a greedy son of a bitch.
The women's, I don't know what it's called, so forgive me if I don't get this right. The women's professional fast pitch softball league, whatever the hell it is. There's a team called the Bandits, and they played. It's the Chicago team, Chicago Bandits, and Jenny Finch was on that team, and they played in the city of Lisle, where I lived for 17 years. My university, where I got my associates from, Benedictine University, that's where the home field was, until they finally had a stadium built in the city called Rosemont, which is right next to where I work in Sheila Park. So when that stadium was built, I got to go. I just drove my squad over there one day, and I saw some guys working outside. Ended up running into the PR guy, and I'm like, hey man, can you give me a tour? So he gave me a tour of the facility, and I ended up pulling over 10 Bandits players all summer, racing these girls racing to the stadium that are late and people that worked in the office, because they'd have to drive through our town to get there. And so I made a couple games, but it was after Jenny Finch had retired, unfortunately. But anytime I seen her on TV, Kim would be like, there's your girlfriend, Jenny Finch. I'm like,
You're damn right. Well, the San Jose Giants ballpark used to be in my beat. So I would go out there on Friday nights if they were playing a game, and I was in good with the security guys. I'm like, hey, I just come in, watch a couple innings till I got to go to a call.
Yeah, that's cool.
So I go in, I'd watch minor league baseball.
Yeah, fun.
And then I had a really good parking spot that I had figured out where I could see the Friday night fireworks.
Oh, from the squad.
Yeah, from my car. Yes.
Yeah, that's a good thing. We have those every Wednesday and Thursday night in Rosemont. They have a professional minor league team, the Dogs, but they also have this huge entertainment district. So they have outdoor concerts Wednesdays and Thursday nights. So afterwards, always fireworks. Always find a place to park the squad and just watch fireworks. A lot of fun in the summertime. I miss that.
Now you could just go. Just be a fan.
Yeah, I can go.
You got to pay money.
Yeah, it's more fun when you can just walk in with a uniform on.
Right?
And not, yeah, that's more fun. But, oh well, I did that enough. So, you want to head over to the main show?
I was just about to say, I think it's time to head to the main stage.
All right. So, thank you to surfprepstanding.com for sponsoring this episode of the Handcuffs and Sawdust podcast. There's Brandon's poster. Here's my sign right here. Apparently, I'm still selling stuff for them because I just got an order. Someone ordered something that's expensive from Surf Prep, and I got a notification yesterday. So keep buying stuff from surfprepstanding.com. Thank you for your sponsorship. Anything surf. Anything woodworking
Spit it out.
related.
Spit it out. Here we go.
Nothing to
Surfing
do
or
with
woodworking
surfing.
related, right?
You're right. Yeah. They're in
No, it's
California. Their
sanding.
logo
It's
looks
sanding.
like a
Southern?
surfboard. Yeah. Is it Southern Cal? I thought they were
Yeah.
Northern California.
No, they're SoCal. They're down by not quite Temecula, but down in that area.
But fantastic company. So thank you very much for sponsoring this.
Fantastic people.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Skylar and Hannah. They're great. All right. So see you on the other side, brother.
Yeah, for us it's going to be like 30 seconds.
30 seconds.
For you it could be a whole day.
It could be.